I suck at this. Why would anyone hire me? There's no way I'm ever going to make that much money. Give this a like if you've ever spoken to yourself like that. If you have, you are battling imposter syndrome. You're not alone. Research says that somewhere in the ballpark of 70% of us suffer from imposter syndrome. It's especially bad for women, and it's especially bad for women of color. That's not to say that men don't fight their own battles. When your culture conditions you to downplay your successes and essentially shrink yourself down, of course you're going to struggle with imposter syndrome. You're taught to believe that you're not enough. I want you to think about how you react when someone compliments you. When someone comes up to you and says, "You look great in that outfit," do you say, "Thank you," and leave it at that? Or do you start to say things like, "Oh my gosh, no, this thing, I had no idea what to wear, I look so ridiculous, but you look way better." Now I want you to take that and imagine doing that when it comes to growing your business and landing clients and getting them amazing results. Here's what ends up happening. You don't go after the clients you really want because you're not experienced enough, you're not good enough, there's no way they'd ever hire you. The clients that you do work with, you charge them way less than you should because you're terrified to ask for more because you don't think you're worth it. You're constantly second guessing yourself, which means that other people are going to second guess you too. This will destroy your business. It almost destroyed mine. I spent years working with the wrong people, charging them a fraction of what I should have. And to this day, it makes me cringe. Learn from my mistakes. In this video, I want to give you 3 concrete, actionable steps that you can follow to start fighting your own imposter syndrome right now. Tip number 1, log every win. I originally got this idea from a really good book I read called Get Rich, Lucky, Be by Denise Duffield-Thomas. Amazing book on building a money mindset. In this book, Denise says that in order to rewire your brain and manifest abundance, you need to start paying more attention to all of the money that you have coming in. So she says that you should write down literally every penny you make every single day. Whether it's a client paying you for work that you provided, or it's a quarter you find on the ground in a parking lot. By doing this, you're forcing yourself to acknowledge the abundance in your life as opposed to anything you might be lacking, and therefore you will attract more abundance because we attract what we put out into the universe. I want to put a little bit of a spin on this, so for my tip, I'm telling you to write down all of your wins, whether or not they're monetary. For example, did you have a call with a potential client and it went really well and you felt calm and confident? That's a win. Write it down. Did you have a social media post that performed especially well? That's a win. Write it down. Are you kind of struggling with your mental health right now, but you managed to get through some of your work emails before spending the rest of the day on self-care? That's a win. Write it down. So do you hear what I'm saying? There is no win too big or too small. A win is a win is a win. This is why for my students in Revenue Spark, every Friday in our private Facebook group, we do Friday wins. That's what we call it. And everyone in the program is encouraged to comment with their wins for the week. It doesn't matter how small they might be. It doesn't matter what they are. If they had a win, we always tell them, drop it in the comments so that we can celebrate you. Write your wins down. You can, handwrite them on paper or type them on your computer, in your phone, and force yourself to acknowledge all of the amazing things you're accomplishing every single day. And it's going to remind you, I know what I'm doing, I'm great at what I'm doing, I'm capable, I am worthy, I've got this. Tip number 2 is I want you to start a scrapbook of every nice thing that everyone says to or about you. I bring this up because I noticed that despite receiving comments and DMs, at this point, literally every single day, from people telling me that they love my content and I've helped them somehow, I still doubt myself. In fact, even just saying that in this video, that people say nice things to me every single day, that took effort on my part because my default mode is humble. I never want to sound like I'm bragging about myself or, tooting my own horn. And in trying to do that, I end up taking the nice things that people say to me and almost trying to debunk them. I actually hear these things and try to convince myself, oh no, they probably didn't mean it, it's probably not true. So what do? I reject the compliments. I reject the nice things people say about me, kind of like what I was talking about earlier. A lot of us have a hard time accepting compliments and absorbing them. Why? This is so silly. So what I started doing is anytime someone says anything nice to me, I screenshot it and I keep it in a folder on my desktop. And throughout the week, especially, if my imposter syndrome is really getting the best of me, I will go into that folder and I will start looking through those screenshots. And it reminds me that I've had a positive impact on people's lives, which is exactly what I'm trying to do. If this sounds incredibly egotistical to you, it did to me at first as well, and that is imposter syndrome. There's nothing wrong with taking the compliments that people give you and internalizing them. Why not? We've internalized everything negative. That's why you're here, because your imposter syndrome is getting the best of you. Let's flip it around. Choose to absorb the positive and reject the negative. It's okay. It's actually great to take the nice things that people are saying to you and sit there with them and go, you know what? They're right. Tip number 3 for beating your imposter syndrome, I want you to expose yourself to positivity the instant you wake up in the morning. In this case, when we say positivity in the greater context of beating imposter syndrome, we mean proactively reminding yourself that you're smart, you're capable, you're worth it. I never thought I would be the type of person who would write affirmations on sticky notes and put them up on my bathroom mirror, but here we are. The reason for this is because research has found many times that the tone we set when we first wake up in the morning, whether it's good or bad, it's going to carry on through the rest of the day. And that's why a lot of successful people will tell you that the first thing you should do when you wake up in the morning is make your bed so that you start your day with a win. I put affirmations up on my mirror because the first thing that I do in the morning, well, first I pee, but after that, I wash my hands, wash my face, I brush my teeth, I do my makeup, whatever. And for the, 10 to 15 minutes, I'm standing in front of my mirror. Guess what's staring me right in the face? My affirmations. What you write on for your affirmations will depend on what you are personally struggling with. In my case, some examples are, I am worth every penny, I charge what I'm worth, I attract money easily every single day. I also have a few more general ones up there that aren't totally about business, but I am healthy, I love my body, I'm grateful for my body. And I put those up there because I have struggled with body image issues basically since I came out of the womb. You got to remember that every bad thing we think about ourselves is something we picked up somewhere in the past and we turned it into a habit. Everything, good and bad, is a result of a habit. This is good news because you made those habits and you can break them and replace them with better habits. We're not born with imposter syndrome. Replace those self-destructive thoughts with self-nourishing ones. And remember, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else has any reason to either. It's okay. It's great, actually, to feel sure of yourself and to be confident. It's great to accept compliments. It's great to celebrate your wins, to celebrate yourself. You are awesome. You are capable. You can do anything you set your mind to. Got it? Good. If you're feeling hyped, and you're feeling ready to take your business to the next level, I am ready to help you. Drop a comment with "Let's do it," and I will respond with more information about my program Revenue Spark, where I will teach you how to land high-paying clients for your business. I'd be very grateful if you gave this video a thumbs up before you left and tell YouTube that you like my content. If you haven't already, subscribe and click on the notification bell so you never miss my new content, and I'll see you next time.